Namaste to all. Today I would like to attract your attention towards a hot topic which is being discussed in social media platforms for the last few weeks. It's regarding the approach of international media, especially the Western media, towards the second phase of COVID in India. Here I would like to expose the double standard and hypocrisy of Western media along with their sadistic approach when they report the COVID cases in India. So you can see the reports that the Western media has given about the COVID in India during its second phases that we are now facing. So we can see that all the newspapers, that is the mainstream newspapers in the Western media, they have tried their level best to exaggerate the situation by focusing only on such incidents which can damage the face and fame of India before the global audience. Is the situation that much worse? Let me check. Here I am showing the detailed report of COVID cases and death so far occurred in the world. It indeed shows that India is in the second place in the number of COVID cases, and also in the second phase, in the third phase, when it is compared in the number of deaths occurred. But we know that we cannot rely only on these numbers for a comparison because different countries differ in their population. So for a most reliable and scientific method for comparison will be to compare the number of cases per 1 million population or the number of deaths per 1 million population. So if we consider such a parameter to compare these countries, how they have they managed the situation of COVID. So from the image that already given from the data, you can see that the death rate in USA, that is around 1791 per 1 million population, that is given here, the death rate, and in UK it is 1871 per 1 million population, and in Italy it is 2034 per 1 million population. So it's a factor. So when it comes to India, that the death rate in India is only 177 per 1 million population. So that's what you can see from this data. So it clearly shows that still India is far better in COVID management compared to any other European countries or USA. So it's a real fact. That's a table itself shows the clear data. And now we can check how this Western media reported the worst ever COVID tragedy happened in US and Europe last year, that is in 2020. So these are the clippings from those mainstream Western media. So can you see a bit of negativity of tragedy in these reports or images? You can see this from The Guardian and also from New York Times, in Times. So here you cannot see a little bit of negativity or tragedy. Everything is positive. But when it comes to India, everything is negative. So from this we can clearly confirms that the Western media has two phases. A mild and a positive phase when something happens within their home, and a sadistic and hunting phase when something happened elsewhere. I can show you an image. I think that all of you can remember this controversial cartoon. It is published in New York Times during the grand success of our Mangalyaan mission. So it clearly shows the mindset of Western media towards India, and still it continues. And it's a common practice of Western media to approach the incidents in a sadistic way if it takes place in any places other than Europe or America. Here I am showing how they reported the Ebola virus pandemic that happened in West Africa during 2014 to 2016. For your information, I would like to share some figures that is due to Ebola, a total of 11,325 people died within a span of 3 years, which is same as the 2-day death toll in USA at the peak time of COVID. See how they reported the news. You can see it. And not only that, coming to this for the Pulitzer Prizes. That is, the Pulitzer Prize of 2015 for journalism was awarded to this man. That is, his name is Daniel Berghlach, and their award was given for reporting the Ebola in Africa. See the images he has taken from Africa during the period of Ebola. He put all his effort to expose Africa and its inabilities, and he was awarded. But I can show you an interesting fact here. It's quite interesting when it comes to the Pulitzer Prize for 2020. There is no reports on COVID was ever selected for Pulitzer 2020. See the irony. In 2020, as you all know, the whole topic was COVID pandemic. Yet no report was selected for Pulitzer Prize. Why? Because at that time, COVID was hitting worse in USA and Europe. And these Western media was not ready to expose that. So purposefully they have omitted such news. So you can see the double standard. So what really happened is that Western media never do sensational coverage of bad news when it happens at their home. But when it happens outside, that is, if it happens elsewhere, they are enjoying it. They are enjoying the tragedies. That's what they are doing. So once again, I would like to make you remember about the figures. That is the death rate in USA. That is 1,791 per 1 million people. In UK, 1,871. And in Italy, 2,034. At that time, the Western media are silent. But the death rate in India, it's only 177 per 1 million population. But at this time, the Western media is enjoying. So the agenda is clear, the propaganda is clear, and as you all know, it is not against COVID. It's clearly against India. So be careful about the international conspiracy working against Bharat and try to expose them. Thanks for your patient listening. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.